Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Sorry for the delay there, but happy Thursday to each and every one of you. Fact is, Talk That Talk Thursday. That'll be coming up later this evening for sure. Tar Heels took an L. In any case, happy Thursday to each and every one of you. What an exciting time to be early adopting this new asset class that is the digital asset space. Listen, what's the significance of the AMM coming to the XRPL? And here's the thing, we're going to talk about what most people are missing about the AMM and it's being implemented into the XRPL. Having an automated market maker at the layer one level. Most people are missing it. We're going to have our guy, Mickey B. Fresh, explain it to you. Listen, and when I say everyone is missing it, I'm talking about the XRPL validators as well. XRPL validators don't DeFi. They have their own aspirations and dreams for what they believe the XRPL should be. But I humbly submit to you that most of them don't DeFi. So we're going to go over some bridges. We're going to go over some bridges and share it with you guys for sure. And kind of explain what I think is the enormity that people are missing about what's coming to the XRPL. Most importantly, my overall belief is to simply this. Network adoption is going to be the key to raising the value of your XRP. It ain't going to be anything else. It's going to be network adoption. And that will start from the ground up, as opposed to banks and institutions coming. It's going to start from the ground up by way of network adoption. And I'm going to share some examples with you guys for sure. But boy, isn't it awesome to be an early adopter in this new asset class of the digital asset space? Isn't it awesome to understand that we're early in this space? I was listening to a couple of videos from the Swell 23 event, and it was really, really interesting to hear those guys talk about some stuff. And to know that we're early is really, really cool. Maybe I'll share a video because I believe a guy, I forget his name on X, shares some really pretty good stuff. I might share that as well. But I think it's hugely important to understand how to bridge. What is a bridge? What is a cross-chain bridge? What does it look like? What does it sound like, feel like, smell? Have you touched it? Do you know? Do you know the difference between one that is good and one that ain't so great, baby? Do you know the difference? Because the cross-chain bridge is coming. X-chain bridge is coming. Do you know the difference? You got to know what it looks like, what it feels like. You got to know what it is. You can't wait around. You don't need anyone's approval to get started with that. I'm going to share some bridges. I'm going to share some TBL from different bridges so that you understand and can begin to understand the significance of what Pierce's technology is doing and what this AMM is going to do for your XRP, the value of your XRP. So we'll get into that. Listen, the market, fam, is just doing what the freaking market does. It's just doing what it does. I get it. A lot of people are waiting around for Wind Moon. God bless you. God bless you. I get it. I kind of get it. I don't get it for the OGs. I get it for the new people who have not been through a cycle or two. But if you've been through a couple of cycles and you're still waiting for Wind Moon, I don't get that. As an XRP holder, I do not get that. I really don't. I really don't. My guy Jungle says this all the time to people, right? Diversify into some value blockchains, right? Some blockchains that have some value, right? It's important to understand that, right? I say, my way of saying that is, it's okay to pop your head up and out of that XRP and XRPL bubble and look around. There's an entire asset space out there for you to check out, be familiar with. What's going on, the Muskegon aristocrat? How are you, bro? Appreciate you checking in this morning. It's important to understand it. I'll do my part. But I tell you, for me personally, I don't think there's anyone better in the know about the AMM, the automated market maker, and what it's going to bring to the XRP holders than Mickey B. Fresh. I don't think there is a better source, including XRPL validators. I don't think there's a better source of leveling up your IQ about what the AMM and its promise than my guy Mickey B. Fresh. I'm going to share a video with you guys from him as well. So look, again, I don't know what to say about the market. It's just doing what it does. I'm still planning on that 36, 32,000 Bitcoin, somewhere around that range. I'm still planning on it. To me, I mean, I get it. It kind of matters what the Fed does because the digital asset space is now correlated with the overall global macro view. So I mean, I guess it pays attention to at least know what the people who don't know what they're doing is doing. So I guess it's important to know what the Fed is going to do, right? So I guess that's important to know. Um, I mean, everyone, I think we all know that the rate cuts coming. It's absolutely coming. Goldman Sachs would not say that it is if it wasn't. They're in the know. They don't sit around guessing. They don't sit around guessing, right? And when the rate cuts come, they'll probably start printing and giving out some free money. They'll probably start doing that. The question is, how are you going to be positioned to leverage it? How are you going to be positioned to leverage that? And, for me, we have to all decide if do we have 2 feet in this new financial system, this new asset class called the digital asset space, or do we still have 1 foot in the the old financial system, as I like to call it? It's hugely important to understand it. It's hugely important. There's always been this talk in the XRP community from the entertaining content creators about NSA and SHA-256, and NSA has created the Bitcoin chain. And I remember back in 2016, 2017, there was this talk about this was an experiment, how Bitcoin was the great experiment. And I would ask you, what did they hope to find out from the experiment? Like, what did they hope to find out from that? And I think it's a couple of things, one or two things. I think one of it was, would this Bitcoin thing, could it win out and becoming a store of value? Could it win out and becoming a store of value, much like gold? And number two, would the masses adopt and, more importantly, fight for it? Right? What they fight for. It's not Bitcoin. We're talking about a new form of money, solid money, or what they call hard money, a new financial monetary policy around it. Would they adopt it? Would they adopt that and say we need a new financial system, or would we just hang out and be good with the old thing? Another way of putting it is, how many people will take Bitcoin, take altcoin winnings, and turn it into fiat? And how many people will take Bitcoin and other altcoin winnings and turn them into stable coins? Right? So the stable coin is part of the new financial system. It represents the fiat dollar in the digital form. Or would they just merely come here in this space, get their 10, 20, 40, 100 X's, and exit back into the dirty, nasty fiat world? That's what I believe the experiment is really. That's what I really believe the experiment is. I really, 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 really do. So I think that, where do I want to start with? Number one, I do want to point out to people who might not know, there is a way to go from Zahao, or from the XRP ledger to the Zahao network, and from the Zahao network back to the XRPL with your XRP. Right now, I don't know why people want to go onto the Zahao network. Evers is not up and running yet, as far as I know. It's not up and running yet, Evernote. So I'm not sure why people want to do it, but you can do it. And I'll show you where you can go to do that for those who want to know. Just real quick. What? I'm not using Telegram right now. Why is it asking about Telegram? Let's go here. Here it is right here. It's a group. It's called X Magnetic XRPL on Twitter at Magnetic XRPL. Magnetic bridge is updated. The beta test is completed, successful. Now available, increasing the limits per exchange to 2,000 XRP and 5,000 Zahao. Changes in the status of your exchange. You will see a message when your exchange is completed. History of all exchanges, history of all exchanges, history of all exchanges, and history of your exchanges. Cool. Experience the freedom of exchanging assets between different networks, right? Now, here's the bridge. And I know a lot of people don't know about this. So I will continue to do more videos. I did share this. I did share this in a video at least 2 other times before, but a lot of people still don't know. But there it is right here, right? And so you see trades, mining, events, dice. They got a game where you actually can use your X meme tokens if you have some, like I do. And then there's the bridge right here. You can see bridge. There's some resources if you want to learn about who Magnetic is, what they do. There's a thing for their Twitter page. And this is all on xmagnetic.org, xmagnetic.org. And then if you click the bridge here, there is the bridge, for example. I don't know why I'm still connected there, but let me disconnect there. All right, so there is the bridge, right? And you can see here it says XRPL ledger. If you click on it, it also has Zahao, right? So you can go bridge your XRP from the XRPL ledger connecting by way of the Xamin. What's it called? The Xamin app. Xamin. To Zahao, if you want to do it. Now, I've experimented with this thing a couple of times, and now it has this minimum of 50. I don't believe it had that in the beginning. But anyway, a minimum of 50 XRP, minimum of 50, and you can you'll get 186 Zahao tokens, right? Zahao token, you see, from the XRP ledger to Zahao. Again, I'm not sure why you want to be under Zahao and have Zahao unless it's for getting onto what do they call it? Evernote, when that thing gets up and running. But I don't think it's up and running. I just think that they had it up and running for the airdrop, but I don't think it's live yet in terms of mainnet. Now, someone can correct me in the channel, but I don't think Evernote is live yet, right? That smart contract stuff. On Zahao, their initial intention and goal was to be on the XRPL, but that didn't happen because the Hooks Amendment was not put up for a proposal to be voted upon because it did not get the blessing of the centralized entity that is Ripple. Right? So you can see from XRPL to Zahao. And if you hit Zahao, it changes, right? Now you see it's from Zahao to the XRP ledger, right? You get that. So in order to do a to and from, you will need to send 100 XRP so that you can get back your XRP. Now, it will cost fees for this. So there's fees involved. So it will be a total of from and to of 22 XRP. Roughly 22 XRP to go to and fro. I did it again to see if something had changed, if it was faster, better, whatever. And it costs $11. So it costs like 22 XRP to do that. The standard is somewhere, I want to say $6 to $13, depending upon the cross-chain bridges that you use. This is new. This feels like January, right? Being kind of done type deal, or December, maybe November, but of 2023. So November, December 2023. Just sort of feels like to me that this thing kind of just got into the know. Magnetic does have a token. It's called MAG. I am not familiar with these mining pools and this auto mining. I have not participated, and I don't know. I haven't heard from anyone from the team here as well. I did use their decks and got some tokens, and I don't remember which tokens that I did that I got. I can't remember. Maybe I got X meme from using this. Maybe that's where I got the meme token. But yeah, so there it is there. So there is a way to go back and forth from the XRP ledger to the Zahao, from the Zahao back into the XRPL with your XRP. And again, I'm going to say like the bridge prices is so funny because they can be hugely varied depending upon the price. Some take longer than others. Some can take like the Hop exchange and the Polygon bridges, they can take 10, 12, 13 minutes. So the fees can vary. I don't, I don't fault them for $11. And I think eventually they'll, over a period of time, as these fees will go down and fees will go down over a period of time, right? So it's going to take some time for that to happen. With my experience with these bridges, it takes time. And so, I'm donating. I always say I'm donating to the cause, right? So we want better bridges for sure. And we want more bridges on the XRPL. We want more bridges. We don't want just one, right? For sure, we don't just want one. So, but anyway, that is the XRPL to the Zahao thing. That's the bridge. If anyone's interested in doing that, and the fee is in XRP. The fee to use the bridge is in XRP. Just to let you know. I know people just, they go crazy. They got to use their XRP. But that is what it is. What happened there? Guys, this live chat is taking a while to catch up for sure. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button for me. I'd appreciate that. It really helps with the algorithm on YouTube for sure. But that's the bridge right there, just to let you know. That's the whole Zahao XRP Ledger bridge thing. When we're not talking the burn to mint. Burn to mint is a different thing. It's just one way. Currently, it will eventually be two-way, but currently it is one way. But for people who may be interested in going from the ledger to Zahao with the XRP and back from Zahao to the XRPL, it's there. It's available to be done. Different bridges uses different ways to accommodate the bridge, whether it be source and liquidity, whether they're bridge aggregators, or they actually are tied into other different bridges to get you the best route for your bridge with the lowest speed and fastest, all those different things. I'm going to give you some examples of these bridges as well, because it's hugely important. But what I want to share with you for sure is, let's listen to David Schwartz talking about the AMM and see if we can catch what he's putting down here. Significantly important to catch the big deal. Let's make sure I can. Well, let me find it first before I share. Can I get out of that? Let me stop the share. Let me see if I can find it first. Make sure I find this thing first. I thought I had this one pulled up. I don't. I have Mickey B. Fresh's video. There it is. There it is. Bam. There it is. There it is. All right. Hugely important, guys. Hugely important because, oh, I almost hit the wrong button there. Almost ended the live stream. Goodness gracious. Because you got to know about the AMM. You can't be guessing. You don't want to be guessing. You don't want to live your life in fear and all that other madness. You don't want that. You want to be in the know. You want to be an educated investor, right? You want to be an educated investor. Can't be scared. Let's do this. Bull Run Wonka shared this. David Schwartz talks about the upcoming feature in 14 days. It'll be here on Valentine's, known as the automated market maker. Looks at every word, see if you catch the real deal here. One of the big time deals here.
There's this idea of sort of public pools of liquidity in existence. And liquidity is sort of the secret sauce to making that work. And liquidity is sort of the secret sauce to making that work. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is automation.
So just kind of a question. I hope you guys remember that I said, why is Ripple bringing their products onto the XRPL ODL liquidity hub by way of the automated market maker and leveraging, I should say, the automated market maker, right? And we said on the channel, the reason was because that is where the liquidity is. They thought it was going to be somewhere else, but it wasn't there.
Automated market making. As I mentioned before, the XRP ledger is the OG DEX. We had a DEX in 2012. We have cross-currency payments. We have issued assets. We built the XRP ledger. We designed it, and other people have extended it with the payments use case in mind. And that payment use case is a cross-currency payment world. It's a world where some people like dollars, some people like euros, some people like Bitcoin, some people like XRP. It's a multi-token world. It's a tokenized world where maybe other types of assets are tokenized. And liquidity is sort of the secret sauce to making that work. I think personally my earliest vision that I think has held for 10 years now was this idea of sort of public pools of liquidity. In existing payment systems, you're stuck with that payment system's liquidity. If you use Western Union, you get their cash in, you get their cash out, you get their liquidity whether you like it or not, and you can't unbundle those things. That early vision was these pools of liquidity that everybody can contribute to and everybody can draw off that are kind of unbundled from the payment system or the asset that you're using to pay with. Automated market makers, I think, will help improve that liquidity because they can capture a long tail of assets better than technologies like order books can. We've been working with the community on an automated market maker implementation for the XRP ledger. And today, for the first time, I think I'm going to let the world know that it has a mechanism that I don't believe exists in any other automated market maker design in the world that allows the stakers, the people who put the liquidity into the automated market maker, to command a larger share of the profits that would normally go to arbitrageurs.
That would normally go to arbitrageurs. Liquidity providers will be able to command more of the share that would normally go to arbitrageurs. So here's the thing. That goes on today, where when I say this, the vast majority of stuff going to arbitrageurs, smart guys who know where and how to provide liquidity. Like this is where a lot of people who know code and understand code, this is how they make their money because they understand the code. They can find I wouldn't say weaknesses, but they can find the loopholes in code in the market in an automated market maker, whether it be Uniswap or whether it be Paraswap or whether it be Sushi Swap or whether doesn't matter. They can find it. And they leverage that to their advantage if they have the skill to do so. These are things that David and other people in the DeFi thing at Ripple X and Ripple were trying to mitigate. They were trying to find ways to close that and to eliminate, quote unquote, this is just my words, kind of those loopholes, just like MEV and front running, right? Figuring out ways to improve the idea of the automated market maker and making a better automated market making bringing about a new technology. That's why they say this is not just another automated market maker. It's a new technology. And unfortunately, the XRPL validators are still thinking in the automated market making world that exists today. They're still thinking there. They're still thinking there, unfortunately.
Increasing the return. I do want to talk about why I think that the XRP ledger is uniquely suited to exploit that type of technology. Automated market makers have lose profit to arbitrageurs. Essentially, as the price of assets change, the market maker doesn't know that the price is different, and so it sort of makes trades at a loss. Arbitrageurs make those trades at a loss to sort of rebalance the AMM, causing what is sometimes called impermanent loss. Although whether or not it's impermanent is up for debate. Now, there are certain mechanisms that maximize the penalty that causes, and there are certain mechanisms that minimize them. And the XRP ledger has three factors that weren't intended for automated market makers. They were intended for payments, but they significantly improve the efficiency of automated market makers and increase the return. And one of those is speed. If you're arbitraging against an automated market maker, you don't know the state of the ledger at the time your transaction executes. You only know the state of the ledger at the time you create your transaction. So you have this latency period during which the price could change or the ledger state could change. With Ethereum, that could be several minutes. With the XRP ledger, that's typically just a couple of seconds. So that's a significant sort of inherent feature of the XRP ledger that makes arbitrageurs arbitrage more efficiently. And the earlier and the quicker an arbitrager arbitrages, the less loss the pool suffers. If an arbitrager waits until...
You understand that? The less the pool that you're in suffers. Like, people, that's one of the things that people are missing. Everyone says, okay, they know the speed, they know the ledger speed, but how does it apply to the automated market maker? That's one of the ways that it applies. There's less loss suffered, quote unquote. And he just joked about whether or not impermanent loss is the thing or not. There's a reason for that. So that's one thing a lot of people are missing, especially XRPL validators, which is surprising to me that they're missing it. Because I think what everyone is afraid of saying is, I think they're afraid of using that word. There is no impermanent loss. I think that's what they're kind of afraid of. People are afraid of this whole idea of one asset going up and the other asset going down. It's like this fear, as opposed to looking at the possibility of being at the right pool and at the right time.
Until the profits are large, that means the losses are big, right? You want an arbitrager to arbitrage as soon as there's an arbitrage opportunity, which is the second feature. If it cost you $50 to arbitrage on Ethereum and less than a penny to arbitrage on the XRP ledger, you're going to make your arbitrage transaction more quickly. You're not going to wait until the potential profit is enormous, and therefore the potential loss to the pool is also enormous. So the fact that the XRP ledger fees are lower is going to mean more of that money that would go to arbitrageurs stays with the people who are staking the pool. And that's what you want, because if people don't stake the pool, there's no liquidity. You want the stakers to reap the rewards of their staking so that there will be these deep pools of liquidity.
Right. And this is, again, he's saying that's what you want, and it's for a reason. And so, unless you've been in the Phantom ecosystem and know what their automated markets, the automated market makers over there look like, what they feel like, it's fairly inexpensive, 1, 2, 3, 4 cents, right? Right, as opposed to Ethereum or Sushi Swap or Uniswap, right? But if you haven't been there, you don't know the difference. You don't know the difference in speed. You don't know the value in providing liquidity. You don't know the value of being on a money market because you haven't been there. The same thing with Ethereum. If you haven't been there, you don't know. Same thing with Aave. If you haven't been there, you don't know. If you haven't been in the Avalanche ecosystem using their AMMs or using their money market, what do you know? If you haven't been on Curve.finance, what do you know? You have to be there to understand the differences, right? And what I think is going to happen personally is when the word gets out about the prowess of that AMM and this low transaction fees and speed for arbitrageurs and slant money makers, once that word gets out, I think it's going to be a massive shift to the XRPL. And here's the reason, by way of obviously the cross-chain bridge, right? Because you got to think about the projects, right? These projects are going to want to come to a place where they know that the end customer is happy, right? And what's a happy customer? A safe customer that can transact for minimal cost quickly. That's the happy customer. So we got the XRPL with no downtime, no hacks. We got transactions and for less than a penny, right? And we got that speed, right? 2, 3, 4 seconds, whatever it might be. Those are going to be the things, right? That is 100% going to be the thing. And the reason why the arbitrage part of it is so significant is because these arbitragers, slant money makers, they come with a certain amount of liquidity. They come with a certain ability to harness liquidity. It's going to be massively, massively important. And if the ground up approach works, in other words, if you and I decide to participate, it's going to create network adoption. Projects are going to come where the liquidity is. That's why they're on Ethereum. They're on Ethereum because all the liquidity is over there. I was just listening to a gaming space on X today, and the gamer projects they're moving to layer 2s on Ethereum, and they're going to other blockchains outside of Ethereum. Why? There's no speed, and because of the fees. Right? And so they're saying it's cool that we have this safety, but the end user, the customer, right, wants a better experience. They want a better experience. And that better experience will be had by this AMM. And to have it, the massive advantage is Uniswap is on top of Ethereum. You got to get that. And then you get layer 2s that have DEXs. Now we're talking about on top of a thing. This is going to be at the layer 1 level. It's going to be on this DEX is and the AMM is on the layer 1. It's on the XRPL. It's a massive, massive advantage and difference.
And the third feature is fairness. How many of you here know what MEV is? No hands, okay, well, 1 or 2. Okay, I'll get a couple over there. I think those might be Ripple employees. But MEV is what Ethereum miners do sometimes, and they have no choice.
This is what the Ethereum miners do sometimes, and they have no choice. It's kind of like this front rank. And he's saying, and they have no choice. Do you understand? It's hugely important to understand that part and bringing fairness, speed, and inexpensive and fairness. Look, this is built with the end. Again, I'll say it again, the end user in mind. You have to operate that way. You have to give the end user what they want. They want safety, they want speed, and they want it to be as inexpensive as possible. That's what they want. That's what they want. How do I know? Because I've been there. I've been there.
Mining is cutthroat. If I can make more money mining than you can, I'm going to grow my mining operation. I'm going to put you out of business by raising the difficulty. If you can make extra money mining, you pretty much have to. You have no choice. You have to do it because otherwise you'll go out of business. And one of the ways that miners can make more money is by gaming automated market makers and decentralized exchanges. They essentially front run. They say, oh, I'm not going to execute this transaction and I'm not going to execute this transaction, but I am going to execute this transaction even though it paid a low fee because if I put my own transaction in front of it, I can make a profit. Most of those profits are user losses. To some extent, this part of it is to some extent a zero-sum game, right? A front runner who makes money from a trader is taking money out of the trader's pocket. And you can't do that on the XRP ledger because the federated Byzantine agreement algorithm doesn't have there's no miner, there's no one sort of dictator of the moment who gets to decide what goes in the block. And so those 3 features of the XRP ledger that it's had, forever, make automated market makers work much, much better. And then with the mechanism that we're working on that will allow them, the pool, to recapture much of the profits that the arbitrage makes, almost as if the pool were arbitraging against itself, we're hopeful that that will incentivize very, very deep pools of liquidity on the XRP ledger that will make movement between tokens very efficient.
And it's such a game changer. And David has a really great way of explaining it. But if you haven't experienced it and you don't know the front running and how that works, if you haven't been on Uniswap or SushiSwap and you haven't experienced that, right? And so having to change your slippages and all these different things when you're doing a swap, if you don't know, you're just not going to understand the significance of what they built in this AMM. It's going to be a game changer. And my humble opinion, the best way, I won't say the only, but the best way to get the word out about how awesome this automated market maker is going to be is from the ground up. It's like a bank's not spreading the word about the automated market maker. Bank of America is not spreading the word about the automated market maker. Neither is Santander. Neither is Standard Chartered. You understand? They operate outside of this new asset class that was once a $3 trillion asset class. They're outside of that. It's going to start with us, you and I, spreading that word. It's going to start with educated content creators sharing the word by way of experience, having used it, having provided liquidity to get the word out. That's how it works. That's how network adoption gets started. And so hopefully, who knows, some of the entertaining content creators will start to spread the word, hopefully. But thank God we have enough of well-researched and educated content creators who have experience sharing the word. Experience means you've been in other ecosystems, so you know the difference between the AMM that is on the XRPL and the difference between the AMMs on Phantom, for example, like Spooky Swap, right? If you don't know, you don't know, right? Tell me what's the difference between Banky's money market and kinetic market. If you haven't been on Banky and Avalanche, how do you know? You understand? And I'm mainly speaking to the XRPL validators who just have this vision for a thing, but they haven't been anywhere to know the differences. So let's listen to Mickey B. Fresh. He's going to share some stuff with you. Again, I highly recommend you check out his YouTube channel. He has a website. It's mickeyBfresh.com. If you want to learn the ins and out of this automated market maker so that you feel more empowered, right? Because it's just not enough just to be hoped up. That ain't going to cut it today, fam. It's not going to cut it. You got to know what it is that you know. Take a listen to Mickey B. The rise of XRP, AMM amendments, impact on XRP price. Let me start this from the beginning.
Market.
Assets better than technologies like order books can.
Between assets of interest and then the marketplaces that facilitate that interaction and that matching process, whether that's through centralized exchanges or DeFi as it happens.
Automated market makers, I think, will help improve that liquidity because they can capture a long tail of assets better than technologies like order books can.
And a sort of secret sauce that will allow liquidity providers to get more of the profits when we're lost to arbitrage. And it will be bolstered by incentive programs. The value proposition of XRP is that it has these liquidity pools. Automated market makers on the XRP ledger could be a game changer, uniquely positioning it to leapfrog other DEXs.
The XRP ledger is poised to become an ecosystem of cooperatively interconnected XRPL protocol chains.
The value proposition of XRP is that it has these liquidity pools.
Early vision was these pools of liquidity that everybody can contribute to and everybody can draw off that are kind of unbundled from the payment system or the asset that you're using to pay with. Automated market makers, I think, will help improve that liquidity because they can capture a long tail of assets better than technologies like order books can.
Welcome to the DeFi Standard, and this is Mickey B.
What's up, Mickey?
Now, by using ODL and Liquidity Hub, you're getting organic volume through these pools. And since it's all unified on the mainnet, and then you'll have sidechains which have pools too. This is TVL. It's going to lock up a ton of XRP. But here's the key. Since XRP's utility is as liquidity, it's providing a service. So it's organically earning from users who are paying reasonable fees. You know, each pool will decide based on the top liquidity providers how much the fee will be. And 30 basis points, they'll pay that. They don't care what the price is because they just need it for liquidity. They're shooting off payments into a corridor and it will get routed through. Prisma will route it through primary market liquidity. Primary market is the XRP ledger.
And another thing I want to say, right? So she's talking about storage demand and having stuff locked up, right? That's one way that you increase the value or price of your XRP, right? Because you create what they call storage demands, TVL that's being locked up. But the other important thing, I heard some of these validators spewing this nonsense about who's going to be putting these liquidity pools together and how they're going to be setting up these fees and how they're going to make these fees to their advantage. But just ask yourself, I don't know, perhaps, I don't know, I think a common sense question. Who do you think is going to be the biggest provider of XRP XRP liquidity pools? And since they are the ones who get to set the fee, what do you think the fee is going, who is the fee, quote unquote, going to benefit? And what I mean by benefit, are they going to have it benefit them or are they going to have it benefit the users in the pool? There's a difference, right? There's a difference between some dude and or company of market makers creating a liquidity pool, right? There's a difference than Ripple creating a liquidity pool, Ripple XRPL Foundation, I don't know, but creating a liquidity pool, right? One of those is going to be benefiting the users. The other one might be benefiting the company, the market making company, if you understand what I'm saying. I don't see, I don't know, but I don't see a world where the liquidity pool that Ripple XRPL, I don't know, creates, and it's not going to be just one, where they're not the main liquidity provider. I just don't know. I'm pretty certain that, that Ripple probably has the most. I don't know. Is R3 going to come and use their XRP over there? I don't know. You see what I'm saying? So this whole idea is going around in spaces of, there's going to be these people providing these liquidity pools, and it's just going to be, to their benefit, or just like completely missing it. Again, I don't know, but I would rather bet on Ripple X, XRPL Foundation. I don't know, DeFi people over at XRP, Ripple X Dev. I don't know, being the biggest, setting up 4 or 5 liquidity pools and them being the #1 liquidity provider. And do you think they want to harm you, the person providing liquidity or not? What do you think? Do you think they want you walking away from a liquidity pool because it's harming you and hurting you? Or you think they want the opposite? In other words, do you think the fees will be fair, enticing, inducive, coming across to the end user, the customer, as something that is fair? By the way, you can look at that fee once it's set, it's there, you'll be able to see the fee. You can go and compare. If you know how to look up for the fee for Sushi Swap, if you know how to look up the fee for Paraswap, if you know how to look at the fee for Uniswap, Spooky Swap, Beethoven, if you know how to use them, and you can go look at the fees, then you can go compare. Right? You can go compare.
It has its own liquidity market. That's the ideal place. Ethereum doesn't have primary market liquidity. Bitcoin doesn't. Uniswap isn't primary market. That's a dApp. Their liquidity tokens aren't guaranteed by Ethereum blockchain. They have front running and all this other stuff. The XRP ledger doesn't have that. And it's able to now, anyone can deposit in these pools. And then this drives a lending and borrowing market next to it. Locks up even more XRP. But from the core documents, Prisma is powering ODL flow.
And it's another thing to Mickey mentioned that as well. You got to get, when this AMM gets here and, gets started and people providing liquidity, another product that's going to come is a money market, right? And a money market is just a place where you can deposit liquidity, earn interest for depositing liquidity, and or you can borrow against that collateral that you provide as liquidity. You can borrow against it if you click the little button that says provide liquidity or not, collateral or not use it as collateral. Right? You click a little button, it mounces over, says, oh, you can use this as collateral. You can borrow against it. A money market will be created, right? A money market will be created, right? Money market means if you don't want to be in a liquidity pool, you can just deposit only. It's deposit only. It's kind of like what you do at your bank with that dirty, nasty fiat. It's kind of like that. I would argue the difference is when you deposit, your hard-earned, dirty, nasty fiat into a bank, it's no longer your money. and they get to use that 9-10 times and continue to devalue your dollar. But if you're good with that, cool. But if you're in the money market in the DeFi space, you can deposit, you can earn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% on that. You're depositing in there and you're supplying your asset and they reward you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Sometimes the reward is just a little APR in the asset that's deposited. Sometimes it's the asset of the money market. Sometimes projects come to that money market and they do incentivizations of all kinds of stuff. And you get high APRs, double figures, triple figures. You get, a lot of APR. Okay. That's coming to the XRPL. It's coming to the XRPL. It's coming. But if you don't know what that looks like, what that feels like, when to get in, when to get out, if you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know about first movers advantage and such things, then you don't know.
And is going to provide connectivity to all of the exchanges and aggregate liquidity with a single API. In addition to that, we're going to be building upon Prisma so it can intelligently route transactions between venues and ultimately drive natural liquidity on the platform. AMM liquidity pools are the most natural liquidity. So The XRP ledger and XRP, the asset, is a new asset class. Why is it a new asset class? Because it has protocols, and those protocols allow it to do cross-currency atomic payments natively on its blockchain, on its distributed ledger, and it has a built-in distributed exchange with multi-currency trading that anyone can access. We're going to look at the liquidity flywheel. And the liquidity flywheel is something that I find the perfect example of what will give you a visual of how this is going to work. I'm sure many of you will get this. Some of you, it might go over the top of your head.
All right, before I go on here, let me see who's all in the chat. Let me welcome those of you who decided to come hang out with the Crypto Siege. I know it's an odd time of the day, but I wanted to get this out before I hit the, where am I at? Where is my main one at? There it is, right there. Let me welcome some of the fam in. Pookie is in the building. How are you, my friend? Al T. Moore, good afternoon, bro. It's a Patreon member. Appreciate you, my guy. Property Rich is in the building. How are you? I'll answer that question in just a second. More monkey business says Doge 1 mission to the moon. Oh my goodness. Mr. XRP All In, how are you doing, my guy? I appreciate you checking in today. What's going to happen to Saquon, bro? What's going to happen to Saquon? I'm worried. I will be highly disappointed if dude is not here next season. Highly disappointed. Property Risk asks this question, says, yes, I think the XRPL will do well from AMM, though I do not think it will change the price. XLM has had an AMM for 2 years, and that has not moved TGE price. Yeah, so, but there's a difference. The AMM that XLM has is not the AMM that XRP has, for sure. It definitely does not have that. Without question, it doesn't have that. And the ultimate thing is, for me, network adoption is everything, right? Network adoption. Who's using XLM's AMM? Like, who's using it? And they don't have Prisma, right? They don't have this way to kind of source and outsource this liquidity, aggregator of liquidity. They don't have Prisma, right? And so storage demand is storage demand. And so I think the most important thing for people to really, really hone in on is TVL, total value locked, is total value locked. If you understand that and how that works, it is going to be an absolute game changer, in my opinion, for the XRPL, especially with it being done at the layer 1 level. I really, really do. But nothing happens without network adoption. Great technology doesn't do nada without network adoption. So can you tell me the name of the money market that is on XLM? Or can you tell me a couple of DEXs that are on XLM where you can swap in and out? Oh, just a portion, bro. More Monkey Business says, is everyone getting the full value of the tokens back from Celsius Network or just a portion? Well, it depends on how you look at it. The Chapter 11 bankruptcy is based upon a fiat dollar model. It's not based on a crypto model because it's new. Crypto's new. So in terms of crypto, no, I'm hearing 25 to 30%. You're losing 70 to 75% in terms of crypto. So if you had 100 BTC, you're going to get 25 to 30 back. The dollar value is, for some odd, strange, crazy reason, it looks like the Celsius creditor has been hoodwinked by both the Celsius UCC, I should say 3, Celsius UCC, Celsius, the company, and lawyers, and they rigged everything really to benefit what the Celsius UCC and Celsius think is going to be the real game changer, which is the mining company. So in other words, what they really did is they took as much money as they possibly could to continue out a new mining company. And they took that from the overall value that the creditors could have gotten. The Celsius UCC, Celsius, the company now called Ionic, believe that the mining companies were where the real value is going to lie in terms of being made 100% whole. And so they took from the estate to pay, start up, right, this new mining company. And it comes to, so 57% liquid crypto, 14-something% mining stock to 79.2%. And I'm told that $1 billion of crypto is now gone. $1 billion. So, and it used to be a different number. So 79% used to be higher, but now $1 billion is somehow not there. And now the final number is what, 79.2%. But that is dollar value, not liquid crypto. It's dollar value, not liquid crypto. And the only other thing to change the 25 to 30% crypto to higher is going to be, my opinion, cashing out the stocks when you can at the best price that you can, and then taking that and buying more crypto with it. Rich Mill, Colorado, how are you, my friend? Good info as usual. Thank you. You're welcome. Mr. XRPL says, I am okay. I don't think he's going to go anyway. I hope not, bro. I hope not. I hope he's there, because he's one of my favorites. And I enjoy watching them because of him, to be honest with you. So, all right, let's get back to a little bit more Mickey B. Fresh. And I'm going to show you about these bridges and TVL and what it looks like and what's possible coming on chain to the XRPL ledger, because we have this bridge that you can bridge all this EVM stuff right over to the XRPL. Let's take a listen to more of Mickey B. Fresh. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. It really helps with the algorithm on YouTube. We got to let more people know about this new asset class that's being built right underneath their nose that they don't know about, which can offer an opportunity to create generational wealth and, more importantly, freedom from a system that doesn't want them to win, from a system that's composed of people like the Federal Reserve who are looking to deface and devalue your money every shot that they get. Let them know by hitting that like button, my friends. Let's see here. Let's see if I can't. Is this it? Yep. The flywheel. I like this liquidity volume flywheel.
But stick with me here. So volume through the pools means increased fees, which means increased liquidity provider returns. Now there's a continuous auction mechanism, and since the XRP ledger, it's at a network layer, the arbitrageurs will be paying for the rights. So that's additional revenue. That drives up liquidity returns, right? Which means deeper liquidity, because more people now come into the pool. Drives liquidity deeper. And what does that do? Drives slippage down. Slippage goes down, volume goes up. And then volume goes up means the fees go up. Fees go up, liquidity providers make more. And round we go. That's the liquidity flywheel. That is what is going to drive the value of XRP up. Once you have the liquidity at the bottom, it's not a smart contract liquidity. This is built into the network. So that means you can build little smart contract applications on top of it. It's going to be far superior than Uniswap. Banks aren't holding XRP. Why? The Basel III BIS regulations, 1,250% capital requirements of collateral for holding crypto on their balance sheets. So that means for every $1 of crypto that they own on their own balance sheet, they need $12.50. They're not owning, they're not holding it. Now, will they provide services to their customers and custody
Let's take a listen to Mickey B. Fisher here again, real quick.
of XRP up? Once you have the liquidity at the bottom, it's not a smart contract liquidity. This is built into the network. So that means you can build little smart contract applications on top of it.
Yes, and these are what projects are going to be really massively excited about. Okay, let me share some stuff here. So I went to Google and I showed you the Xmatic Bridge, just in case. Let me show you that real quick again, just in case you didn't know. For those who came into the channel a little later, not at the beginning, there is a bridge. It's called xmagnetic.org. It's on xmagnetic.org. If you're interested in moving XRP from the XRP ledger to the Zahao network when that opportunity comes. Perhaps it's going to be because of Evernodes. When Evernodes gets up and running, you can do it. There's a bridge. xmagnetic.org. They have a DEX you can swap. They have mining pools if you're interested in that. They have a game called Dice, what I'm told is pretty fun. And there's the bridge right here. You click on that bridge there. And you can see right here, if you click from XRP Ledger to Zahao, right? And let me just show you, by the way, these are the transactions that's going on. People are doing it for some reason. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know what they're doing. If they just want Zahao, I don't have no idea. But there's transactions. There's February 1st transactions. February 1st. Maybe there's something going on that people know. I don't know what they're doing, but there they are. 1,100 XRP transferred over, right? For some reason, right? 1,700 XRP transferred February 1st. Then we got January 31st transaction. These are all the transactions that have happened. All the transactions that have happened, all of them, right? And you can go back there and just kind of see what it is and why it is people are doing it. So there is 190 XRP, 290 XRP, 300 XRP, right? 1,520 XRP, 2,000, right? 2,000 XRP, 2,000 XRP, right? So there it is there. So maybe people want the Zahao token. I don't know, because you can swap to get Zahao. If you just want to swap, you can get it. So, it feels like people want to be on Zahao on the network for something. I don't know much about what's going on with Evernode right now and what they got built out, but I don't believe Evernode is live. I don't know if there's anything else live on Zahao. As far as I know, there isn't anything on Zahao yet, right? As far as a project, as far as I know. Correct me if you think you know different. So those are all the things that are going on there. So you go from XRP Ledger to Zahao. How do you go back? You just mouse over XRP Ledger and you hit Zahao. And now you're going from Zahao to the XRP Ledger. Now, yesterday, I think it was the second time that I used this. Maybe the third, I can't remember. I did it from XRP Ledger to Zahao and back. And the total transaction cost, because there's fees for bridging from one chain to another, was $11 or 22 XRP. Now, again, my understanding is this kind of just came out of beta, I believe, in January. That's my understanding. Bridge just came out of beta in January. Just let you know, it took about, I don't know, I want to say it took a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. That's pretty quick. The fee of $11, I get it because it's new. We don't know how all this bridging, we don't know how they're facilitating XRP and Zahao, but different bridges have different ways of bridging. They have different techniques. Some do aggregators, some just are able to tap into other, whatever. Some use bridge aggregators, some just use different exchanges and they bridge it that way, indexes rather, and they bridge that way. So, but again, you don't have to use the Zahao burn to mint thing. That Zahao burn to mint, that B2M is just one way. You mint that XRP, it's no longer, right? But if you don't want to do that, again, you can also always just go buy Zahao if you want to just get the token you can buy it also. But this is a bridge from one blockchain to another, from one network to another. Just so you know, just a heads up. So what I did here, so I just wanted to get a little info here. I just Googled, you can do it, top 10 DeFi bridges, and there's some stuff that comes out, right? Top 10. DeFi Llama is a great source. Coin Codex is a really nice source as well. So it just gives their opinion in 2024, best bridges. And here's just 8 of them, just 8. Key takeaways. For sure with these bridges. So these are some things that you always have to take into consideration. Anyway, utilizing DeFi opportunities often requires interacting with multiple blockchains, necessitating the uses of bridges for token transfers between platforms. While crypto bridges offer flexibility, they have frequent targets for exploits and hacks, highlighting the need for cautious use and risk assessment when transferring tokens between blockchains. When choosing a bridge, ensuring compatibility with targeted blockchains is crucial. We've selected the 6 best cryptos on the market to help you your DeFi journey. Thought it was 8. They say 6. It says 8 as well. All right. So here are the 8. Synapse Protocol, a well-rounded token bridging solution. I've used Synapse. Arbitrum Bridge, the go-to bridge for transfers between Ethereum and Arbitrum. I've used that bridge. Portal Token Bridge, a bridge for both EVM and non-EVM chains. I used that bridge. I think they used to be calling themselves Wormhole. I've used that bridge. Yeah, there it is right here. The Portal Token Bridge is a cross-chain bridge for crypto that's based on the Wormhole protocol. Just to kind of get an idea. Stellar Sea Bridge, I use that bridge. Stargate, I've used that bridge. It's a massive bridge. I've used it. Hop Protocol, OG, Hop.exchange. I've used that protocol bridge. All Bridge, one of the new shiny objects, one of the new things out there. I've used that bridge. Solid Bridge solution for stables and standard tokens. Connect, a bridge for EVM blockchains layer 2. I used this bridge. Used all of those bridges. Just to give you just to let you know, there are cross-chain bridges out there. Right? There's cross-chain bridges out there. Now, this is what I wanted to share with you. TVL ranking for bridges, total value locked, for example. Wrap BTC bridge. TVL is 6.69 billion. Billion. People want to wrap that Bitcoin and be able to use it else places. 6.69 billion. And that's low stuff, by the way. Right? You can see here it got as high in TVL as 30 billion. 30 billion. Just cryptos, 4 billion. Portal Bridge, which is like Wormhole, 1 billion. And then they go all the way down. Remember, X-Chain Bridge is coming. I just wanted to give you an idea. One Bridge, it says 19 chains. Is that one chain? I think that is one chain. They have a great bridge. Use it plenty of times. I mean, I probably use this bridge more so than any other bridge. Now, this Enosis bridge, is this, I think it is. This is what used to be Flare Finance. They got a bridge. Got 2 million in TVL on the Enosis bridge. There it is right there, number 33. Just to kind of give you an idea of what's coming to the XRPL. Again, for adoption, in my humble opinion, it's going to take the community in a ground-up approach. Community involves projects to build them and the users, right? Now, this is bridging volume in all bridges. Total, 6.65. Arbitrum Bridge has the most, 1.322 billion. Stargate's number 2. I've been on the Arbitrum bridge. I've been on the Stargate bridge. I used the ZK Sync Era bridge. I used a cross. It's a cross.to. Bitcoin bridge. I used this bridge. Avalanche bridge. Use that. I don't know if I used the Optimism Gateway. Polygon bridge. Use that. That used to be my OG thing. Right? But you see the volume? You see what's going on here? This is the possibility for the XRPL. But it is going to take, in my opinion, a ground up approach to gain network adoption. Now, the technology has to do its part, right? It has to be safe, can't be breaking down, although Solana still is around, right? So it got to be safe, right? No hacking and all that kind of stuff. It's got to be fast because that's what the end user wants. And it's got to be as inexpensive as possible. It don't have to be less than a penny. None of these bridges are less than a penny. None, 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 none cost less than a penny. And yet, you're talking 6 billion in total volume, 6 billion, and none of them are 3 to 4 seconds. None of them are less than a penny. None of them can claim no, well, I don't know about the no hack part, maybe. Do you understand? Do you understand what's coming? Combination of the AMM and this X bridge EV and this EVM sidechain. It doesn't matter if the EVM sidechain is not on XRPL. Why does that matter? It doesn't matter. The point is, it's got going on in that particular wallet, which is interesting to me, but it does do that. Tell you your stuff, right? ERC20, native ETH, ERC20 with blockchain, Ethereum blockchain. It tells you your stuff in this wallet on Binance. It tells you your stuff in this wallet in Arbitrum, Polygon, ZK Sync Error in this wallet, in Avalanche, this wallet, Optimism Portal, ZK. I got to change this one. And I thought I bridged over to Base. What's going on? Oh, no, I'm about to bridge over to Base. An example. Linea, Metis, Cronus, all of those things there. All those chains, networks. Right? Just to let you know, look at all the from chains and two chains they got going on here. Ethereum, BNB Smart Chain, Arbitrum, Polygon, ZK Sync Error, Optimism, Polygon, ZK EVM, which is going to be game-changing in my opinion. Avalanche, Base, that's Coinbase on Ethereum, Layer 2, Linea, Kronos is on here. Metis, OG in the space, Aurora, another OG. Moonbeam, shout out to Moonbeam, right? Look at all these blockchains here, to and from Osmosis and Neutron and Cosmos. All of these bridges. You can go from Cosmos to something to Cosmos. Neutron is my favorite. Neutron over here as well. DYDX, OG, killing the game. You can see Solana's on here. Thor chain with the Rune tokens on here. But Bitcoin Cash. Interesting. I wonder what are you moving with Bitcoin Cash? I could only see Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. But it's on here. It's chain. I'm not sure if you can put anything else on there. But Bitcoin Cash. But you can move it if you want to. I don't know what Chihuahua is. That's heavy right there. Chihuahua. That is heavy, Mr. XRP. All Chihuahua. Here's Injective. That's a Cosmos thing. Secret, I believe, is a Cosmos thing as well. But there is Kujira. Persistence. I've just been hearing about persistence. I think persistence is also Cosmos, Akash, Cosmos, right? All of them, IrisNet, I think it's Cosmos also. Sleeper, in my opinion. The Atom ecosystem, in my opinion. Sleep, freaking purr. Now, I'm going to do a little cross-chain stuff for you just to kind of show you guys how to do it. I would recommend, if you're going to use something like MetaMask or Rabby, Coinbase wallet, I would recommend, if you're going to use any bridge, including Exchange Bridge, if you're able to, I would recommend you have an added layer of security of some type of hardware wallet. where no transaction can happen without you approving it on the hardware. In this case, I'm going to show you one example here. Hopefully I got enough going each way to make this happen, because sometimes these Ethereum fees are matty batty. So let's see. So here, what I decided to do as an example is move some USD Tether that is on the Avalanche chain and move it over to Base, the Base chain from Coinbase, right? On top of Ethereum, Base. And I'm on ETH. So I'm going to send a certain amount of Tether to get a certain amount of ETH, right? Certain amount of Tether, get a certain amount of ETH. Now, I think that what I should do is, well, right now, is this a refresh? Nope, that's transaction history. Right now, it's saying that it gives you recommended lowest fee and fastest. And right now, this particular choice is both has the lowest fee and is the fastest route. I feel like I don't want to send all $2.69 that I have on Avalanche. I don't know. But it's Tether. That's fine. Right. So Tether, but on a Base, I'm going to get this equivalent in ETH. Let's see if this transaction will work. I'm hitting swap. And then it says here, confirm you want to do this thing here, right? Let me move this out of the way. Confirm swapping $2.69 of Tether from Avalanche to the equivalent on Base. And I hit confirm the swap. Let's see if I have enough stuff on either one. Okay, so it's saying somewhere I don't have any ETH on Base. No ETH on freaking Base. No ETH on Base is what it's saying to me. On my Base wallet. I don't even know if I have a Base wallet. So I can't do it because I don't have ETH over there. It says you have 0 ETH. Well, I was trying to put some ETH over there. So let's stop this share. And what I'm going to do is use a bridge, maybe get some ETH over there. Because I don't even know. We'll see if we can't do it. But that is example. Now, this Wrangle exchange, I really like it. How can you do it? You can't do it. So I have enough AVAX and I have enough USDT. I don't have enough Base ETH. So I'm going to have to change that. I have to get some Base ETH to show you guys to do that. There it is there. All right, we've got some more stuff here. Let me catch up. Mr. XRP, it's a good point. I don't think people should be swapping any XRP until there's regulation. It's a good point. XRP is very valuable. It's a good point. Property Rich asks, what do you think the percentage will be on a month on the automated market? It depends on how much liquidity you provide. It's all going to be on. Oh, you mean the percentage? Yeah, it depends on the liquidity you provide. The amount of liquidity determines your percentage in that liquidity pool, right? If you put $10 on, right, it's most likely your percentage is going to be 0 point, a bunch of zeros and a 1, right? So it depends on the amount of liquidity that you're providing in a particular pool, right? And it also depends on how much liquidity is in that particular pool that you're in. Sometimes less of a lot, it might be more of smaller amount. So it's going to depend on the size of the liquidity pool and the size of the liquidity. All Weather Life says what's going on, All Weather Life? Use WandBridge or Orbit to bridge ETH to Base. Really? Okay. I like WandBridge. Are you talking about Orbit or Finance Bridge? I'm only here for a bit because I have to leave in a bit, but it's good to be here, fam. Appreciate you checking in. Look at that, WandBridge. All Weather Life giving us some alpha here. I appreciate that, my guy. Yeah, so these bridges, it's just something to keep in your mind and kind of kind of get that stuff now. Use one bridge. Interesting. Now, I use one bridge all the time. I didn't know that base was on there. That's interesting. Let me see. Do I have one chain on this browser and this bridge, this wallet bridge? How did I get? I don't have one chain on. Why don't I have one chain on here? That's unacceptable. I don't have one bridge on this browser and this bridge. I'm gonna have to change that. I didn't even know I did not have that. I have to change that for sure. And yeah, and do the other thing I need to do as well. You're welcome, Property Rich. So yeah, and again, a Rango Exchange, I'm going to play with it a little bit more. I do think that for a beginner, especially, I think it's a good bridge to use for a beginner, especially. You could move 25 cents, you can move 10 cents on this bridge. So I like that. Like for people who want to test some stuff out and see, get familiar with the bridge, how it works and all that kind of stuff. So you can move like 10 or 25 cents and you may pay 20, 50, 60 cents for the fee. You may pay $1 or $2 for the fee, but the idea is you're not putting a whole lot at risk, if you will, to test it out and try it out. And I always tell people that, the reason why I was in so many ecosystems, using so many DEXs and so many, and using these bridges and providing liquidities and using so many market makers was preparing me for the XRPL and Flare networks. Without question, that's why I did it. And for me, I believe you have to pay to play. Like if you want to understand something, you got to put money in the game. Reading it, going over some documentation is just not going to do it. So, I did my usual thing. I was $50 to $100 here, $50 to $100 there, $50 to $100 here, $50 to $100 there. Why? It's 30 nasty fiat anyway. So I just turned that into something and go there and do it. That's what I did. The reason why I'm familiar with the WAN bridge because I use the bridge. Right? Use the bridge. I provided liquidity over there. Right? So I think that's hugely important. So I did not know that though. I think he's talking about the Orbiter bridge. Let me look here real quick. DeFi Lima TBL rankings. Yeah. Oh no, it's not. It's Orbit Bridge. Look at my guy, all weather light. It is Orbit Bridge. I'm gonna have to see what's good with that. 10 chains on it, but it has WeMix. It has Ripple as a chain, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Clayton. Interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. Orbit Bridge has one of the chains is Ripple. Let me share that with you guys. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Let me share that real quick. Oh, Weather Life dropping some alpha. We appreciate you, my guy. Look right here, Orbit Bridge, and you see it has 10 chains that you can bridge to and from, and it says Ripple on there. It's interesting. TVL is, let's do this. I learned something new myself today. All right, let's go to Orb. Where is it? Was this the one? Where was I at? I don't think I was there. Where was I at, fam? Where was I at? Because I thought he was talking about Orbiter Bridge. No, how in the world do I not see it now when I was just on there for crying? Let me just search it. Orbit. That didn't work. Don't know why. When I just was looking at it, I was just mousing over it. Orbit bridge. There it is right there. Orbit bridge. Information. Audit, yes. Category is a bridge. Protocol logic. But I wanted to show you guys the freaking chains. It had Ripple in there. I was like, man, that is super dope. Why doesn't it show up here? Forgive me while I figure this out. If I do chains. I mean, I was just mousing over it. How is that possible that I can't find it now? So crazy. Because I really wanted to show you guys. Base bridge. Okay, you could, but interesting that he said WAN, use the WAN bridge or the orbit bridge. It's interesting. Oh, 1 second. It's bothering me that I was just looking at it and now I can't find it. Core Bitcoin bridge, seller, Mason, Mantle. It was just, I just saw it in a list of bridges and now I can't find it. How is that possible? Because I wanted to see the chains. Frustrating, that is. Orbit. Not that it's that big of a deal, but I did want to share that with you guys. Let me do this. Let me go back up here. Let me try something. Why does sometimes I search for it, it comes up, and sometimes it doesn't come up? Very confusing. But anyway, I'll find it. I don't want to kill the stream looking for that. But I just saw it. I saw 10 chains on there. That was like really, really crazy. Let me Google something here real quick. Or fit DeFi bridge. Bridge.orbit chain. DeFi Llama. So that's where I just was there. Yep, there it is right there. It says it. Orbit Bridge, fast and secure way for token conversion. BNB, Ethereum, HECL, Polygon, Ripple, Clayton. Interesting to me that is the case. I'm probably going to use WAN Bridge, but I do find it interesting that it's saying, I don't think I've been on this one. Here's some, the from and the to. Select a token. It's okay, so here are the list of tokens. XRP is one of those. Well, where are you bridging XRP to? See, look, nothing going on there. So you can't do XRP. Can't move it. Can't move it. Can't move it. If you want to do XRP, I'm not looking to do XRP, but I do find it interesting that you pick the asset. What? You can't do anything here. What's going on? You can't pick a network on either one of those, so that's not going to work. So anyway, so look at that. You picking assets. I don't see anything that you can move. You do tether. Look, you can't click on any from or to. So I have to play around with that and see what's good. But in any case, Juan chain says all weather life to bridge to base. I'll look at that and see. Now base has their Juan chain. Base has their own bridge. Oh, you're still here. I'm still here. It looks like Juan bridge may just be CCIP at this time for USD's base. Gotcha. But let me find the exact name for Orbit. Or whether like Orbit of finances for moving ETH. Yeah, Orbit of finances for even, but I may have to try that Orbit bridge one day too. Okay, Orbit of finances for moving ETH. Yeah, gotcha. Orbit of finance. Yep. Or I don't know if I've used Orbiter. I think I may have. But yeah, so I have to bridge some stuff over to base, but base has their own bridge. I just, it's probably expensive moving any kind of amount of ETH. Probably. I did one transaction on base, or I bridged over to base, I thought, but I ended up using that ETH because I was airdrop farming. Yeah, Orbit of finances. Is it Orbit of finance or Orbit of finances? But yeah, I'll have to do that. But just wanted to let you guys know, Orbiter, about these bridges and what's coming. I'll look that stuff up later. What's coming? What is coming? What's coming to the XRPL? Right? It's coming. These kind of things are coming, all weather finance. Just have to be patient. This stuff is coming for sure. And it's going to be game changing, I think. And again, with this AMM being at the layer one level with this primary market for liquidity, guaranteeing it from the layer one is significantly different than Uniswap. Because Uniswap, the OG, the number one player, is on top of Ethereum, which essentially is not really any guarantees. So there it is, fam. I wanted to share that with you guys. I'll figure out to bridge more Ethereum over to base, and I'll do another video about that. But I want to let you guys know the AMM could be a game changer, but network adoption comes from the ground up. And when you're bridging, just understand, you can bridge using Juan chain if you want to do that. If you want to get on the Juan chain, you can bridge XRP over, and when it lands on Juan chain, it's XRP, right? So you're not losing XRP. Right? You're not losing XRP. So understand that. And if you use the Zahao bridge, you're paying to go to Zahao. I mean, if you use the X magnetic bridge to bridge from the ledger to Zahao, you're paying, the fee is in XRP. And I don't think there's, this whole idea of not using XRP is not understanding the value of XRP. The real value in XRP comes from using it. Ethereum built out the way it did because people were using Ethereum to pay for gas. Using it to pay for gas, right? Whatever price it got to, 3,000, 6,000. What was the highest price for ETH? I don't even know. Imagine if people said, I'm not going to use my ETH because one day it's going to be so valuable. How would the network work? You have to use it, right? You have to use it. That's why I was excited about Root Network, because they were using XRP as the default gas token, right? You got to use it. Oh. Hey, Rafi, what's going on, my friend? See our weather life. I appreciate you checking in, my guy. Rafi says, hey, Siege, Reaper Finance now paying out tokenized gold and silver on the XRPL. Is that right? Tokenized gold and silver. What's the website for that? How do you get to Reaper Finance and hop on the XRPL? Tokenized gold and silver. Tokenized. How do you get on there, Rafi? Do you know? Let us know. Let us know. I think I'm gonna give myself a few hearts because this live stream was, because of you guys, this live stream was super awesome. Rafi's gonna share the how do you get on Reaper Finance and hop on the XRPL and get this tokenized gold and silver. You got to support projects building on the XRPL, in my humble opinion. But listen, again, you got to use your asset in order to be valuable. You got to create network adoption from the ground up. And here's the thing. When you use your XRP, let's say you're blessed enough to have 2,000 XRP. When the liquidity pools come, does that mean you now have to use every single XRP you have and provide liquidity? You got to use all 2,000 of your XRP? No, you don't have to use all 2,000 of your XRP. You can use 1, 2, 3, 5. But if you're really serious about the value of your XRP going up, you have to use it. Like some of it, none of it, some of it, you got to use some of it. Do you know that Bitcoiners got into the Ethereum ICO, Bitcoiners, and used their Bitcoin to buy a new asset? The blockchain didn't prove itself. No projects on it. You understand? No projects on it. Blockchain has not proved itself. There's no stress test, right? In other words, it hasn't proven itself whether it's going to break or not break, go down, none. And Bitcoiners use their value, the most valuable asset in crypto, and use it to get Ethereum. Do you understand? You right? So you couldn't. The medium of exchange was Bitcoin. It wasn't dollars, or it wasn't XRP. It was Bitcoin. What do you think the return on investment has been? Guess who has the greater network adoption right now? And has so since the beginning. Rate of adoption. Guess which chain has the best rate of adoption between Bitcoin and Ethereum? Ethereum. So what do you think that return on investment looks like? All right, Rafi, how do you get on Reaper? You gonna tell me how to get on Reaper Finance? What's good here? Let me see. Tokenized gold and silver sounds like a good deal, but how do you do it? Is it Reaper Finance or Reaper Financial? Reaper.finance. Delivering on the promise of Bitcoin. Interesting. Let me see here. That site did not work. Go to the Twitter page. Let's go to the link tree, Reaper.finance. Reaper.financial. Reaper.financial. That's not working either. What's going on? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It ain't working. You always got to be Twitter crazy when you go on Twitter. All right, Reaper, Linktree, Ascension token Linktree, ARC token Linktree, NFTs. Yeah, I keep getting a forbidden on all of this. stuff. So we'll have to see. We'll have to check it out later and see what's good. It might be asking me to not use my VPN. What's the site? It's not coming up anywhere. All right, fam, there it is. Look, it's been a cool hang. I appreciate each and every one of you taking your valuable time to come hang out with the Crypto Season, fam. It really means a lot to me for sure. I'm going to end this live stream like I do all of my live streams and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.